Hey everybody, it's Riku Key, Live Master back once again, and I've got some news for you. Regardless on how you look at it, whether good or bad, it's about the latest abortion lead. And they said that Biden has signed an executive order to protect the whole pharmaceutical deal with the abortion. I mean, if I was him, I would have just used federal land as well. Regardless of how badly Congress would have been mad at him. You know, should have just used federal land as well, but he said that option is not on the table, which, it's stupid. Because, hello, federal land. I'm talking military, hospitals, freaking any sort of federal land. You name it. You get the idea. Well, anyways, the crazy thing is that that's something I would have done. Regardless of the backlash, you cannot exactly please everyone. And I'm not gonna lie, the whole thing is out of proportion because of the fact that, in order for this executive order to take place, he asked for cooperation from basically a lot of people. However, it's got another group pissed off. They're saying that this thing is controversial because of using taxpayer money to fund the abortion protection. Well, either way, the politicians use our taxpayer dollars to do stuff anyway. And in my opinion, this is actually good because look at what happened to the woman that I told you about that was grieving due to the Roe versus Wade being overturned, because the nurse who was operating on her said that the pregnancy would not result in a living child. And I'm in that woman's shoes because, like I said, I was not supposed to live past the age of 2 years old with the many disabilities I have. I'm not saying I should have been aborted. Hell no. But I am saying that, hearing news like that, and she's forced to basically have the baby anyway, as a stillborn, it really hurts. Although I would rather, if I had to choose, I would rather, if worse came to worse, I'd have the kid stillborn instead of choosing to still carry it, because it can really pull a terrible toll on your body. No joke. That is definitely not a joke. Because my cousin Sarah, the one that I told you her youngest was is Kylie, a little girl named Kylie. She has 7 kids. Well, the doctors told her she's even got kidney stents because the doctors told her that this is the last kid she's gonna have. There's no word on whether Kylie's pregnancy would have been lethal to Kylie herself, but the thing is, it could have been as well. Not saying she shouldn't have had Kylie, because she's literally one of the cutest little things I've ever seen. No joke. And seriously, if I was my cousin, I would not have changed that decision. Period. But in any case, sure, they said that it's still legal. They said that they weren't going to overturn the fact that it's still legal against, rape in terms of rape and incest. However, it seemed like they were going to overturn that as well as, make it completely illegal. Not taking into account of the child or the person carrying the child. But like I said, I'm kind of torn because with having the kid and that the kid didn't want, I'm kind of torn because I don't want them to abort the kid. Just give them a better life. Even if the better life is, I wouldn't say a better life because you drop a kid on your doorstep and they're basically in a cult. Church is basically black market. I'm not even kidding. Call it what you will, call it what you want, and it's still black marketing. As well as brainwash. But especially when that child knows the truth. If that child's like me, smart at birth, and already can see the truth, then yeah, that child is going to want revenge on in some cases revenge on the parent, but also now that, if they find out everything, they're going to want revenge on the nuns, the ministers, basically every single church official. They're going to want revenge. And same thing too. I want revenge because of the fact that the baptism that I got when I was 9 years old didn't even work. No matter how much faith I put into it, faith is a lie. And I learned that the hard way. In fact, it's something I kind of already knew, but my mom and everybody at the time wouldn't shut up about the baptism thing. No offense, Mom. But yeah. They said that there was an ingredient in the holy water that would have made things better. But no, that didn't work on me. Can't pull the wool over my eyes. That's one of the main reasons I don't set foot in churches anymore, because of the fact that I was lied to. And just so they could get another cult member. And there was a news story back in 2011 that there's these kids that made it out of the church's shelters. They were brainwashed. Their memories were erased, and I'm pretty sure it was something to do with what was in the water. However, before 2011's incident, I was just 7 years old. The night that my Uncle Frank had passed away, it was their stupid idea to drag us to church. And, it used to be kind of fun, but at the same time, not really. Not when you're a kid who knows the truth. And I noticed there was something we had a substitute minister or pastor. I was friends with the pastor. In fact, I still am friends with the main pastor, Pastor Ron. I went to the Church of the Open Door, which They had kind of like a Girl Scout system, and I earned so many merit badges. It was not even funny. It was not even funny. I was like, my mom, as she was sewing on my patches, she's like, baby, you keep going the way you are, and let me tell you, you're going to be needing new vests. You know? And they didn't give me the thing because I was actually, just because I was handicapped. I actually tried my damnedest. Unlike some people who, like Edward from Camp Laszlo, didn't earn the badges, bought them offline. Stupid. Also, he could get out of Camp Kinney. Like, literally, that's dumb. And I never heard of any instance of another person pulling the Edward trick. Thank God. Thank God that trick wasn't pulled in real life. Sheesh. Or as far as I know. But anyway, we went and things were sort of business as usual until they started handing out the bottles of water. And then I was in the third row. I noticed people in the first two rows, as well as a person who was slumped over my shoulder. I'm like, Pokey, grab the boys. We need to get the fuck out of there. I literally said that. She goes, why? I said, look around you. And it wasn't long before everybody was doing it. The whole slumping thing. So I grabbed my sister and my brothers. We drove home and got the fuck out of Dodge. And premonitions are nothing to play with. I saw what was going to happen. I didn't want my uncle to go due to that fact. But my premonition apparently was a little off. He didn't get hit at the gas station. I guess he got hit at 12 o'clock at a bar. So it was a midnight mass kind of thing. And I'm like, oh my God. Which it turned out that my uncle was trying to go home, but an out-of-control truck hit him, and the person responsible was a school official. And man, did I give that school official a frigging earful when I got called down to the office. Even Mr. Jorgensen, he treated me like his own daughter. He's like, you know what, I'll take it from here. And another thing too, and he got pissed when he found out that my records were hidden. They tried to get my mom for truancy. He slammed his hand on the table and he literally cursed at an IEP meeting. And he said, I can't believe that y'all hid this info. What, are you ashamed of her? I'm very, very ashamed of you, let me tell you. So, yeah, it was midnight, and when I went to school the next morning, I got called to the office, and I yelled at the person who did it, man. I yelled at him. I was like, wow, did you call me down to the office just so you could get your head chewed off? Because if that's the case, it's going to happen. I let her have it. And then Mr. Jorgensen comes in behind me, literally grabs my shoulder. Not grabs, but like, taps me on the shoulder, like a gentle touch on the shoulder. And was like, you know what? just go back to class. I'll take care of this one from here. You know? I was like, why? So you can go all soft on her ass? And he goes, nope. So as a result, she got terminated. But I later found out that my uncle, when he was crossing, he wasn't crossing the street. He was, apparently my Aunt Laura didn't want him to go home. So she grabbed his jacket. Essentially, he tugged away, and she was drunk at the time, but so was the driver. And yeah, not gonna lie, it was bad. So as a result of him tugging away from her, he went to regain his balance. Next thing you know, boom, hit dead on. And that is another reason why I do not do churches. I had 2 different traumatic experiences. I said, hell no, I'm not going to have a third. But I was still dragged every Easter, which was so stupid. They should have respected what I did. And now, they are respecting what I'm doing, because now that, you know, my PTSD is out there, they get it now. But before, when I tried to tell the other doctors that I had PTSD, I was just like 4 or 5 years old. And they said that only Army people, anyone who's in the military can get it. Fuck you, that's not true. That's not true. Because, you know, that's a big fat lie. And now that things have advanced, I did talk to my doctor, Rachel, about it. This was before I turned 27, a week beforehand. And she said, yeah, that's fucking dumb. Whoever said that is a fucking liar. They just said that just because, you know, to get under my skin, because the captain went against them. One of the doctors that was one of the doctors that didn't, that was a squad that worked with my mom's delivery with me. Yeah. I wouldn't be laughing in my face if I were you. Goddamn right, you should be fucking afraid of me. I don't care. I agree with Halsey. You really should be scared of me. Like I told my mom, you know, even the hotel guests should be scared of me, because, you know, I'm not going to tolerate anyone's BS. As for the whole hotel thing, yeah, in 3 years we're hoping to buy an old building and make it into a hotel. Well, it's already a hotel, but you get the point. Because the person who owns it wants to go back to where he was, because he's not in severe declining health. It's just, you reach your breaking point. You get the idea. And besides, they run another one somewhere else, and he's got not siblings, he's got kids, his wife, you get the idea. And there's going to be some massive changes around there. Once I get control, no one is going to want to break any rules or not take me seriously. I can be nice until you pull the right string. Regardless, I'll see you guys next time. This has been Riku Keyblade Master. Comment, rate, subscribe to become a Keyblade wielder, and stay awesome as usual. Peace, and I love you all. Stay safe, I cannot stress that enough.